Welcome back to our channel, friends. This is Sonia here from Growing Craft. Thank you so much for dropping in. Now, before we start this video, please do make sure that you subscribe to our channel and do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you do not miss out any of our updates. Also, do check our website www.growingcraft.com and let's get started. So this is an MDF box, and on this I'm going to do decoupage art. Now decoupage is an art which I have been doing for quite long time, but adding texture paste to it, adding your modeling paste to it is something which really excites me a lot. Now before I start working on it, I'm just going to cover up my hooks, and for this I'm using my Abro tape. This will just make sure that my hooks and my log does not get any of the colors. Of course it will get at the end, because while doing this I was so engrossed that I did not realize that, but I will be able to clean that. Now on the base I'm going to use my chalk paint directly. Now this is an experiment which I thought I should do, and I did it, and you will see at the end of the video that how it turned out. Now again I'll be using my Abro tape to seal up the back hinge of my box. Now this is a very important tip. Whenever you are doing your decoupage art on your boxes, you can always cover up your locks and hinges and all the metallic things with your Abro tape, and just remove it the moment you are done with your work. So I'm going to cover up all my hinges, and once this is done I'm going to press this really well so that it just covers it up really well, and then we will start coloring here. Now like I said, here I'm trying up with my chalk paint directly on my base, and I really hope that it works out. That you will see at the end of the tutorial. So yes, here I'm using my fan brush to apply my coloring. Now if you want, you can use your sponge dauber, but I wanted a little rustic effect. That's the reason I'm using my fan brush. Otherwise I'm a huge fan of sponge daubers. Usually when I work on my boxes, I try to cover up the inner space with the contrast color or the darker colors, but here I just felt that this gray color is absolutely gorgeous, and having this on my boxes is going to be really nice thing. And the color combination what I have thought of is gray, white, and I'm going to have some of the floral patterns on the top of it, as you have seen at the starting of the picture. Now just in case if you have done any of your boxes in the similar pattern, do let me know in the comment section. And if you have any other idea other than what you can do in these kind of boxes, then do let me know in the comment section. I will be more than happy to know how you guys work with your MDF bases, and it's going to be really exciting. Now on the top of my lid I am going to have my decoupage work. So of course I had to do this white color, because this is something which I absolutely believe in, that with your white color bases your napkins look absolutely gorgeous. Now once I'm done with my brush up work of my gesso work, I will be using my sponge dauber, because like I said, I'm a huge fan, and the kind of finishing it gives, it's absolutely amazing. So while doing this I actually realized that I can do my lid in the from the outer side as a white part, and even from the sides also. And trust me, end of the video will show you that I was so correct, that doing a white color really helped in popping out my lid from the box. Now just covering up the remaining gray patches, wherever I had the white patch, I am just covering up with the gray color, and this is done. Ta-da! Now it's time to use my modeling paste, and I have been using this Montmartre modeling paste for such a long time now, and I'm a big fan of this one, and I literally swear by this product. Now with my palette knife I am using my modeling paste, and I have this beautiful stencil which I have been using for very long time. So yes, I will try to link up all the supplies in the description box so that it's easier for you guys, and I hope you are going to try this. And if ever you are trying this technique of your decoupage art with your modeling paste, do let me know. I will be more than happy to see your artwork. Now once I'm done with my artwork, I'm just taking out all the excessive from the sides. Once this is done, I will just make sure that I dry this up really well. And yeah, this is the video after 2 hours of my modeling work. So everything has dried out quite well. This could happen because of my heat gun. Now here on the top of it I'm using my Mod Podge, and on the top of it I'm going to have my decoupage napkin. So in my previous videos I have shown you that how you can use your leftover pieces, and this is one of those, and I literally took out the piece as it is, the remaining patch what I had, and I have stick this on my base. Now with my fan brush, I'm just going to stick this, and this is just to make sure that whatever the texture work is there on the box lid, that is visible through your decoupage napkin. At least you can see the texture. I know in this tutorial that's not visible. You can check the pictures at the end where I have shown you the detailing pictures, and you can see that your modeling paste work is so much visible, and that really adds a little more drama to your work. Just using my sponge dauber here to make sure that there are no gaps, no bubbles, no wrinkles out there. And yes, once this is done, then we need to dry this up, and I'm using my heat gun. Now this is again one of the tools which I absolutely love. Just in case if you have missed out on my decoupage and mixed media art supplies video, do check that. That is one of the videos which is going to help you, be it if you are a beginner, be it if you are a intermediate artist. It is really going to help you to know about the varieties of material. Now from the sides, I'm going to remove all the excessive paper, and once I'm done with this, I am going to just touch it, like give a touch up to work to my box with my varnish. So for removing the excessive paper, I'm using my sandpaper. If you want, you can use your nail filers. I have done that, I have tried that, and it works out really well. Now after my decoupage paper work is done, it's time to varnish it like I mentioned earlier, and I'm going to do my varnish work on my complete box. This will make sure that it stays well. So varnish is something which is act as a sealer, and this is really important. I have also done a video on why varnish is required, which varnishes is required for which product, so you can always check those videos on my channel. Now on the sides, as you know that I had used the grey color first, then I had used my white color. So I just felt that I need to add a little more white to it, because on the grey the white was just, it was looking like a fading out thing. So here I am using my white acrylic paint now. I will be using my sponge dauber. If you want, you can use your brushes, you can use your paint brushes, it's absolutely fine. I'm just keeping a paper beneath this so that I again do not drain up my grey color patch, and it's absolutely fine. You can just keep any rough cloth or a piece of paper, and it's done. Of course, with the touch-up work, your project looks really neat. So just keep everything handy so that it's easier for you. Now my acrylic paint work is almost done. I need to let this dry completely so that we can move on to the next step. Now for drying this one, of course I will be using my heat gun. If you don't have a heat gun, you will have to let it dry for at least 3 to 4 hours, because that's much time acrylic paints need. We have always rated the drying time of acrylic paints, but I highly believe that you need to give it an ample amount of time so that it dries out well. So once my drying process is done, this is one of my favorite massive stamps. Now these are honeycomb stamps which I'm going to do on my front, and of course on the sides, and my texture work. And this is such a subtle way of doing a stamping. This also covers up your major areas whichever is empty, and it also makes sure that it looks like a one complete theme project. Now here I am just clubbing up my script stamp also. This was a must for me. I really don't think I have done like very few videos without my script stamp. So yeah, those are the ones which is very much required. Now this is a die based stamp, and I just thought of doing a edge work. So I'm just rubbing off my ink pads directly. Now this is a die based ink pad, and this is a cost effective ink pad. That's the reason I could directly use it on my base. Now I'm just dabbing a bit of ink pad on the top of my box, and now I'm going to use my varnish directly. Now in this technique, what happens is when your ink pad is wet and when you apply your varnish, it is just going to smudge on your base, and then it does not gives you the like proper white feeling of your base that really settle down the white color, which is again my personal choice, which is something which I really like. So if you want, you can check out this part, but I like it that way. I do not want it to have a proper white thing. That's the reason I used my ink pad. Now if you want to do some more color blending, you can go ahead, do it here, and it's going to look gorgeous on your texture work. But I really like the way I have highlighted my decoupage napkins here, and the way I have used my ink pad. So I was pretty happy with this one. Now for the varnish work, I am using my glitter varnish. Now this is one of the very amazing glitters from Massive again. I'll mention all the supplies linked down in the description box. Now this is the first coat of varnish I'm using as a sealer. Once I'm done with my glitter varnish work, then I'm going to have 2 more coats of varnish once this dries out. So honestly, I will be having 3 coats of varnish in this box. Why? Because it is going to be used very roughly, and I hope that you all like this video. I hope you were happy with all the tips and tricks whatever we shared with you today. Just in case if you guys have any query, please do let me know in the comment section below. I will be more than happy to help you all. And yes, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon, because if you do not hit the bell icon, you are going to miss out all our updates, because we are coming up with lots and lots and lots of paper crafting and decoupage and mixed media art projects. So do check that, and thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. Bye bye.